Shukriya. All right, let me also rope in Advocate Ashwani Dubey into this conversation. Now, Ashwani, Vikas is obviously right. He's saying there are provisions which are missing from our legal discourse, which idly being processed and eventually being closed.
It's a irony is that the 498A or the other women-centric laws are one-sided. The irony is that despite that one person has lost his life, but the justice which is to be given to the deceased and his family, what is required in a country like India where laws and the rules regulations are paramount or not, the justice not getting. The irony is that women-centric laws, moment a woman reaches to the court or police station, at the first instance, the accused is the husband or the relatives, and without any evidence, they are declared guilty. Vineet bhai, the 498A, which was introduced in Indian Penal Code, was introduced in the year 1983. And the sole intention was to protect the women from being subjected to cruelty from husband and relatives. And of course, that time the cruelty dowry demand was at peak. But now almost 50 years have passed, and as of now, if you'll see, the women are more empowered. At the same time, more misuse and abuse of law is being done. Moment they reaches to the police station, since the police official are bound to take any action on the complaint of the wife, and also they don't want to get roped into cases where they are saying कि भाई महिला के complaint आई and they have not taken any action, because the law support to the women, judgment support to the women says moment a woman reaches to the police station, you have to register the FIR. But what is now required in a 21st century, where the justice can be given on the basis without being biased on the basis of the gender, that is the gender neutral law, and where the social perspective with respect to the men and their relatives, the family members, that should also be looked into. Otherwise, Vineet bhai, if we see the statistics, that is NCRB data, that says that the more than 60% cases are found to be false. More than 20% cases are compromised on the basis of money. And many people have died. Atul Subhash is in fact a person who has raised the debate in the society. There are many. I am also in touch with many people, and I am also in touch with many women also who have been subjected to cruelty. I am not denying this fact. You are also not denying that. But the question herein is, more is the abuse, more is the misuse. And that is what we have seen in Nikta Singhania's case. It is the abetment of suicide. Of course, it's an abetment of suicide. What is she saying that she was living on rent or what money was not being given? That's a different aspect. But she forced a person to lose his life, to commit suicide, just because he was forced to travel 120 times in 2 years from Bangalore to Varanasi. Is this not the abuse of process of law? Is this not the abuse of process of the court, on whose behalf the learned court was acting upon? What kind of justice learned court was trying to deliver in 120 times? The question is there. So what is, and
so obviously, Ashwani, this connotates that there was a prejudice against him already before anything could be proved against him.
That is what the prima facie material is saying. Prima facie material is showing a person is settled in Bangalore, matter is in Varanasi, traveling at least 4 to 5 times in a month from Bangalore to Varanasi to attend the hearing. And at a time when Honorable Chief Justice of India have said that you can attend the matrimonial disputes through virtual mode, but it was not acceded to this remedy. Meaning thereby, there was something which was favoring to Nikta Singhania. What will come tomorrow, we will discuss it. But as of now, prima facie evidence says that Atul Subhash was the system made him to suffer. And not only Atul Subhash, many and many people like him. And of course, Vineet bhai, we too have certain responsibility as a lawyer. As a lawyer also, we have a responsibility to ensure that a person who is innocent should not be suffered because of the system. And that is why the system has to be reformed. And reform is the need of the hour.
Absolutely. And Brinda Adige, if the system has to